Okay, so far I talked about the positive change arc in my video on Zuko's redemption arc. In my video on Azula's fall arc, I talked about the negative change arc, and already mentioned that there is a third type, the flat character arc. I said it before and I'll say it again, the writing in Avatar The Last Airbender is a stroke of genius. We didn't just get the best redemption arc, but also plenty of positive change arcs. Positive change arcs are compelling because we like watching an imperfect person getting their act together. Subconsciously, most of us think, well, if they can do it, so can I. So positive change arcs make the audience feel good. Negative change arcs, not so much. These arcs are meant as a cautionary tale, that a character can fall at any time. If applied to the main character, this makes for a shocking or depressing outcome of the story, but it can still be really powerful. More often they are applied to the villains of a story. If a villain is terrifying, they usually are in a good place at the beginning of the story, be it mentally, physically, or when it comes to status. If they weren't, they would neither be scary nor powerful, and how should the hero take them down if they were down already? So yeah, basically there is no story without positive and negative change arcs. Both are about change, because without change, a story would be inconsequential and boring. So, what about the flat character arc? How can a character with a flat character arc, a character who doesn't change, be compelling? Do you like Uncle Iroh? Of course you do. What's not to like about the guy? If I could meet any fictional character, Iroh would be the one. I want to sit down, enjoy a cup of calming jasmine tea, and have a nice chat with him. Chances are I'll be a better person after that. Because that's what Iroh does. He changes the people around him for the better. Oh yeah, and that is precisely what a character with a flat character arc does. They don't change themselves, but they change other characters. As I mentioned in my previous videos about the redemption and fall arc, a character who needs to change believes in a lie. Once they overcome this lie and learn the truth, they can move on and become a better person. But a character in the flat character arc already knows the truth. Either they knew from the start or learned it in the past before the beginning of the story. Uncle Iroh already learned the truth that the war his nation is fighting is cruel and that it needs to end. He paid a high price to learn this truth. In the 600-day siege of Ba Sing Se, led by Iroh himself, he lost his only son. Struck with guilt and grief, Iroh abandoned the siege and resigned from his position as crown prince. Once the story starts, he acts as a mentor character to his nephew Prince Zuko, who hasn't learned the truth about the Fire Nation yet. But Iroh also meets other characters and gives them the advice they need, like Toph or Aang. Of course, Iroh is most important for the positive change in Zuko, to the point that it might not even have happened if it wasn't for Iroh, who always tried to push Zuko on the right path. Of course, it's possible to write a redemption arc without a mentor character. But in the case of Zuko, I wouldn't want to miss Iroh. Their bond was so strong since Iroh was like the father Zuko never had, and Zuko was like a son to Iroh who lost his own son. This strong bond made Zuko's betrayal in Ba Sing Se at the end of season 2 so shocking, and it made the moment they reunited all the more heartfelt. I don't know about you, but I couldn't make it through this scene without crying. But Iroh is more than just a mentor. With him, the writers used the full potential of a flat character arc. The flat character arc can also be applied to rebellious characters who go up against the system. These characters already learned the truth, but still struggle because everyone else doesn't see it. So Iroh can be seen as a rebellious character, because among the people of the Fire Nation, he's one of the very few who learned that the war is wrong. And amongst his family, he's the only one who sees it that way. At first, he doesn't act against the Fire Nation. The first time he openly defies them is at the end of season 1, when Zhao wants to kill the Moon Spirit. Iroh didn't just fight Zhao for the sake of the waterbenders from the North Pole, but because all nations depend on the balance the moon brings, even the Fire Nation. The next time he defies them is when he helps Team Avatar in Ba Sing Se at the end of season 2. This time it was an open act of rebellion against the Fire Nation, because he wants to stop them and the senseless war. At the end of season 3, he acts against them one last time by taking the side of the other 3 nations in the final battle against the Fire Nation. Before the story even started, Iroh joined the White Lotus, which is a secret society that transcends the 4 nations, seeking philosophy, beauty, and truth. As a Grand Master, he gathers the members of the White Lotus to fight with them in the war. In a beautiful form of poetic justice, Iroh and the members of the White Lotus conquer the city of Ba Sing Se. Now that Iroh had learned the truth and fought for the right reason, he was able to conquer the city and help to end the war. So, what are the essentials for a flat character arc? Most importantly, let the character already know the truth. Make them struggle because people around them do not know the truth yet. Let them help other characters to learn the truth. As mentors, they should play an important part in positive change arcs for other characters. They can also be rebellious characters who know the truth and go up against a system that rejects the truth. But a flat character doesn't need to be one of the good guys. They could also be characters that believe strongly in the lie and push characters down a wrong path in a fall arc. But no matter if positive or negative, they should always drive change in other characters. Alright, so this is what I learned from KM Weiland's book on how to write character arcs. If you want to write character arcs yourself, I highly recommend that book. For this video, I applied what I learned from it to the character of Uncle Iroh. I really like Mr. Miyagi from Karate Kid too. But still, the best mentor character to me will always be Uncle Iroh. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like and maybe subscribe to the channel if you want to get notified once I post a new video. And thank you so much for watching this one. Anyway, farewell.